say anything stupid.
Not until 6:30 anyway.
Sell them out, so. Yo.
For a brand new set of tires.
Oh, Lord.
Someone gives out handouts. For sponsorship.
Hey, man, tires ain't cheap.
Can you believe a big stock tire is less than Outlaw 4 tires?
Yeah, his tires are twice as much as mine.
What?
Late model tires are expensive.
They are.
Outlaw 4 tires cost more than street stock tires.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I pay $185, they pay $165.
Damn. That's class.
But I got lucky.
They know because your rubber is this shit.
It's hard rubber.
Yeah, that's synthetic bullshit.
Well, that first 23 I went and I caught for the price of a 500 because someone thought it was 165, so I got one of 165.
Take it.
Right, deal, son. Oh,
So.
Y'all still doing research over there?
No, bro.
No. Went to 6:30 seconds.
I'm trying to share this. Y'all can talk. What?
Talk about
not
this.
aware.
What are we gonna talk about? Something.
Man.
So what made you cook noodles last night, man?
Chill. What the heck, bro?
I was hungry.
Bro, put them in the microwave.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Your responses were so not even correct.
Well, I was so
High?
tired. No, not yet. I was just tired. She's the last hour we're driving.
Oh, sorry.
The last hour we're driving, I'm just sitting there, holding my eyes open just like this. Trying to stay in the damn lane.
We had to keep burning away.
Yeah. So she's like, stay awake, babe. We'll be quiet for 15 minutes. I'm like, how am I supposed to stay awake?
I'm tired of my answer.
Dude, we talked for like 45 minutes and then went awkward silence.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Zach, say something to get us stirred up. And he goes, in the group chat? I go, no. And he's like, all right, go to the group chat.
Yeah, I got to the house about 2, right around 2.
Yo, we know you said it's a freaking video of you cooking.
Look at my ramen, boy.
Just shirt off and everything.
Hell yeah, I was already showered. I was showered. Alright, y'all, this is episode 17 of the Let's Go Carl podcast. I'm with Carl.
My mama's Carl.
How far?
I'm usually last.
So, we got things from sponsors first. RCP America, Kansas Speedway, Parkside Motorsport. I got that right. And, Megan Freshies. Who else we got? ATC, Dave Brando. And that's all I got. That's all I got.
You're the sponsor guy.
I don't know, bro.
This is your show. We just talk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my show?
Yeah, we're just guests.
Well,
Oh, y'all are my guests?
apparently I'm being Carl to some people.
Where's missing Carl?
He's missing, apparently.
It's in the name.
So, we got this new segment we're going to try out. It is what?
Little Carl's Little Results.
Ain't nothing low about this list I got, though.
So, we're going to let him go through his thing.
So, Thursday night, I was out of town in Miami, and I'm scrolling on looking through the channels, and it said the main topic, it said some weird shit. And then I read the damn details, and it said something about racing out outdoor. So I click on it, and then whatever movie or show was on before that, it didn't come on yet. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. And then it just jumps into it, and they're already in the second heat race. Well, I watched that for a little bit, but Tony Stewart won the second heat race at this track. He's gonna win it. He started seventh though, so he started in the back. Drove up there, but that was a good race. And then they had a little intermission, and then went into the feature. And they had a 75 lap A main. And there was so many big names in that series they got going on. Like I seen a couple weeks ago, I was watching a NASCAR race with my grandpa, and I seen like a ad for it. You know, it had Tony Stewart, Haley Deegan, and Matt Kendrick on it. And then I tuned in and was watching it. They had Brad Keselowski. They had, let me see, they had so many people.
Hold on, wait, go to my notes.
Yeah, my note. Austin Dillon, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Chase Briscoe, Bobby Labonte, Kim Schrader, Haley Deegan.
All the guys that are all washed up.
Easy. Easy.
They still outrun you though.
That's fine.
What motor do they got, Josh?
They got big motors in them
They got
SRX cars.
They got big motors.
They got big motors in them SRX cars.
No, but they had some big names, and I was watching the race, and it was a good race. It was battled all throughout the field, but Haley Deegan wrecked her car in the heat race, and she jumped in a backup car. And
What I do like, they run heat races.
yeah.
They do a local Saturday night big.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about that series.
Yep. And during intermission and shit, it was showing around the track and everything, and I was just looking at it, and because I've never been to Eldora, and they got some old bleachers, son. Like I'm talking about like old wood on some like
It's really
cinder
not.
block.
It's really not.
No.
I've been there, dude.
Yeah.
And that place is nice now.
No, well I know, but I was like in general speaking, I like that they have that old factor.
Like the whole front chute is straight wood.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. I mean, the whole front chute, like coming out of 4 to going into 1, that whole big ass section is straight wood.
Yeah. That's a lot of
It's gonna hurt your butt after a while.
Yeah.
That's why we would pick one of the turns. You can bring your own chair.
Right. No, but in that race, the SRX race, Tony Stewart won. Haley Deegan was on his back bumper to the end. He was right there. Ryan Newman got third, and then you got Bobby Labonte in fourth, and Matt Kenseth in fifth.
What I do agree with some of the Xfinity and some of the Cup people.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him a better driver, driving that car, going from dirt to road courses to back to their Cup cars and stuff.
Yep. And not only that, though, Brad Keselowski, I was watching, and Brad Keselowski spun out twice on his own. No one around him. Just sent it too hard and spun out. And I wanted to bring that up because, you know,
He's had a rough couple of years.
yeah.
Ever since taking over partial ownership of Roush Fenway.
Yeah, horse gone.
Well, and the bad thing is that Chris Buescher's making him look bad. Chris Buescher's out there winning
Mm-hmm.
races, and he's not.
I just wanted to bring that up, though, just because no matter how experienced of a driver you are, you're not going to do great every race you go out.
That's why I said they need to bring back the Crazy drinks. And put all the NASCAR guys in a dirt car. It wouldn't matter if you put them in a rally car or a stadium truck. I think it's cool putting in something else because they all suck.
Yeah. It definitely would be a good idea. But no, and then I got some notes from Volusia where we was yesterday, and I got some results from Needmore. So yesterday, for the A main at Volusia for the 602, we had Donnie Birdwell won it, and then you had Jimmy Peel finish second. Third was Shane Dayhoff. Fourth, Austin Lehman, and fifth, Jason Pack. And 2, 3, and 4 positions all was in your heat race.
Yeah.
Right. And from second down to fourth, second got seventh, third got sixth, and fourth got fourth in your heat race.
Yeah.
Right. So another point I wanted to make on that is like, the track changes. Everyone's trying to make changes, make the car better, adapt to the track. Sometimes it don't work. Sometimes you just don't got the luck. You know, because anything happens, and we seen it last night. Anything could happen.
We'll get into that a little bit, but I think we were on point on that.
Mm-hmm. And then the heat race winners, because y'all had 3 heat races.
Yep.
Jason Pat won the first heat race. Kale Van Sickle won the second, and then you won the third.
Mr. Jones says, "But Brad didn't hit a truck tire." You're not gonna let that shit down.
Oh man, there are no track tires at Volusia.
That's a swallow.
Yeah.
No, come on.
That's
Come on, yeah.
why I'm like, I don't know. No, but down at Needmore, they ran 602s, Crown Vic 604s, and a few other classes. But those were just the results I jotted down just to get more.
Yep.
We had Cole Exum won the 602 feature. Second was Dustin Elliott. Third, Mark Leisure, and then fourth was Caleb Gay. Fifth was Grayson Ott. And
2 of them guys came from go-kart. Clarkson came from go-kart and Mark.
there was only one Florida driver out of them 5, and he finished third. And then in the 604s, some of the 602 guys got 604s as well. Cole Exum won the 604s as well. Mark Leisure got second, which he was in third in the 602.
Yep.
And then you got Garrett Stewart got third. Cody Stevens got fourth, and Tim Dixon got fifth.
Eric Stewart's adapted to that late model pretty quick.
That's a good finish for him.
He's coming straight from modifieds.
Yeah.
He's great. He raced go-karts too?
Yeah. I just remember seeing him in the modified all over the place, winning races.
Well, he's before our time, but.
Well, and now I seen he's moved over to the late model world.
Right.
And doing good in it too.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I jotted down the Crown Vic results because that's an up and coming class. We've been seeing a lot of them everywhere, And
So they put 5 O's in them.
shut up.
The class.
Jeez. No, but Cody Bennett won it, and in second place was Chris Weaver. Third was Tyler Boyette. Fourth, Jason Long, and fifth, Wesley Robinson.
Yep.
And the Florida driver won it. Everyone else was from Georgia.
Now that says something.
Out of them 15, all them top 5, there was only 5 Florida drivers.
Yeah. Once you go upstate, man, it's hard. It's tough competition. It's not like racing at East Bay and waxing their ass every week.
Yeah, but the Florida guy still won.
Who's badass? He probably drove late model.
No, but that's all I got for low call results this week.
Wow, good job.
Alright.
That was a great job, buddy.
I tried.
That's a great job. So most he's talked the last 17 episodes.
Yeah.
So, you got anything?
From yesterday, all week.
I will eventually.
Eventually.
He's still waking up. Zach over there had him a nice 2.5 hour nap before the show, and he's still waking up.
So, all the Carls went to Volusia.
Yep.
I ain't racing like 8 months.
And it showed.
Screw you, Josh. Oh, it showed, but, we're 4th fastest out of 22 race cars.
You done good, buddy. Especially that heat race, man. You recovered, picked the win up in that one.
Dude, I knew once I missed that corner in the heat race, I'm like, I gotta make this up. I cannot come back in the pit run second.
I kept watching. You get such a good run off the bottom, and then finally off of 2, I seen him miss a corner, and I pointed and went, Zach, he's got him now. And then he went right by him. I'm like, yeah.
So, nah, man, it felt good getting back in there. Thank y'all for the help. For the help in speed today. And stop. Be quiet. There's a couple things we need to touch on last night. I feel like every class last night raced like cops and rookies. From 602s to
Really going back to school.
the modified.
Yeah.
That was squirrels.
The only race I seen was the 602 Clear. I didn't get a chance to catch up. I also wasn't feeling the best last night. I don't know if I was tired.
Yeah.
I wore out.
Barely did anything.
This guy was tired. I ain't gonna lie.
I wasn't tired.
He wasn't tired, but
He worked 2 shifts on Friday. 3 shifts if you count working on the late model.
Yeah.
Old boy was busy.
But we'll just do a little recap. Each time he started outside pole, went into 1. I basically missed the corner as usual. and we just got ran the hell over going to the 3.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, about 3/4 of the way down the backstretch, I seen the kid had a run, and I just knew that he was
good with the run.
but at that point, that's when I knew what he was going to do. Was he was going to drive off in there like you knew he was there, which this is dirt. There's no spotters, there's no mirrors. You gotta race smart, especially on lap.
And there was nothing down there to begin with.
And not only that, like you said, when the cars are hiked up, you can't see nothing.
No.
You know.
And it would have been different if he'd drove off in there and made it stick on the bottom and not hit you. But I mean, he drove in there and lost the nose and took both of you out.
Well, he took out the whole class.
He took out the whole field, yeah.
Because I know after all that happened, I came back out. I was like 10th.
You went from 2nd to 10th to like 5th before the first lap was even done. I mean,
and that's my point on today is, here's a question. Do we think there should be an age limit to get into a certain class?
Yeah, I think it should be every class.
I think there should be a certain age you have to be to get in a sprint car.
Yeah.
And a late model modified.
We'll see. Back in the day, the way it worked was when you wanted to get in racing, you had to go to a lower division and work your way up.
Yep.
But now, the way NASCAR is, the owners, the sponsors, they want 18-year-olds in their Cup cars. Well, how do you get to Cup at 18? You jump in a late model at 12.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're getting left behind. And it's sad that it's working out that way because I don't think kids should be in late models at all. Neither should 602s, but
Now listen, there is some good ones.
I don't think people that are unexperienced should get one. They're having.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's like if I went and got in one.
Well, up north they make 3 different classes. They're 604s, they're 602s, then they're called 602 Chargers. It's for people that hasn't won in 3 years and that are new.
Alabama has that.
Yeah. So once you get a couple wins under your belt in a year, okay, they'll let you move up.
Yeah.
But
I still think you should start in a Thunderstock or a front wheel drive or something. Granted, the Thunderstocks are full on race cars now.
I mean, we started shit loader. We went from go-karts. I went from fucking Outlaw Fords. You went to Slingshots.
Yeah.
Then you went to something bigger.
I feel like Outlaw Fords, though, in general,
It's not a beginner class at all.
No, it's not. But if you want to be in a late model or in an open wheel and something of that sort, that's
You get the idea of shocks.
right.
Well, the thing of
And how they work.
the Outlaw 4 class is it gives you experience with the late model suspension, the quick change rear end, and you don't have a ton of horsepower, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to get in Outlaw 4 racing to be in a competitive car. And you want to go out late model racing, you got to spend a ton of money.
Right.
And it makes sense to go into an Outlaw 4 before moving up to a late. That's, like I said, that's the way it should be, is you put your kid in an Outlaw 4, by the time he turns 16, 18, he's got, 4 or 5 years experience, and he's ready for a late model now.
Here's my thing, though. It's even bad in go-karts, too. Because you can be 13 and run senior class. Once you put that helmet on, you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we were discussing. There should be like a sticker or something over the door that, hey, this is a minor, because you don't know. And you definitely don't want to wait until after you drug the guy out of the car to find out it's just a kid. Because then you're already in trouble.
Yeah. I mean,
he was hyped up last night. He was ready to go toe-to-toe with anybody.
and Josh is the nicest guy ever.
I'll tell you.
And he's ready to throw hands.
Dude, when it comes
You
to
should've heard him in
stupid
the
stuff,
truck.
especially lap 1 of a feature, of a 25-lap feature, there ain't no need for that.
No.
These cars cost way too much.
The biggest thing is I've noticed in any racing now these days, people are so damn impatient. They cannot let the race get going.
Well, there's a couple different issues with that. The main one being the driver don't work on the car, don't pay for the car, don't know that it takes time, money, and effort to get that car ready. All they know is they get in the car, strap in, and go, and it'll be ready. No matter what happens, it'll be ready the next time they go to climb in it.
Right.
So they don't care. They'll drive over your door, and then on top of that, a lot of the dads nowadays are saying, hey, you run him over, that's good. That's getting you to the front.
That's how you get people hurt.
Yeah.
Because you're going to piss off the wrong person and they're going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that.
Oh, yeah, it's
that's
the driver or the wife.
yeah, you got to watch the wives. But my thing, like, not saying anything would happen, but in theory, if something would have happened, someone else, went up. I mean, we
you took out half the field.
We
here's
know
the thing.
someone already that's went to jail for hitting a minor and didn't know he was a minor and what outlaws.
Well,
That happened 3 years ago.
wasn't that over a girl on a race?
That was over a race.
There was one involving a girl too.
Oh.
I think that was Lucas Oldham as well. But anyways, that track is too fast and too narrow to wad up the field on last half. I mean, there's
Half a lap.
literally.
75%, I'd say, because it was in turn 3. So that's
All right, lap 3/4.
yeah.
Well, my thing is, I'm like, did he really just hit me?
Dude, and like I said, I seen it coming, and I literally watched it, and I'm like, yep, there he goes. And then next thing I know, he's backwards in the fence, and
I think if you didn't turn where you turned, he'd have went right through the door.
he just still hit you.
Yeah, he still would
No
have hit you,
matter what,
but
he didn't let off.
but he was going to hit you right in the door. if
Because
you
once he
didn't turn.
hit me, he went straight up the racetrack.
It's like,
I was watching his wheels. So I seen him go into 3. I seen you turn your wheels to get it on the bottom. He never turned. It just hit you, and he went up.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, I gave first room, I gave medium room, and if you look at the video, fourth and on back, they give each other room to get through the freaking corner.
right.
But some of these guys just want to drive through people on the first lap. Oh shit, I'm in top 30.
Well, it's like you said, the dads are telling them you need to
They
get
should
to the
drive
front and get to the front early and get going. And they don't know that sadly, they don't know they could hurt somebody either.
Yep.
Because they haven't experienced that. They haven't bounced off the wall and gotten hurt.
He might have now, but who knows?
I know the drive shaft has that thing.
I would have thrown it back to him.
Well, what pissed me off, I couldn't figure out who it was until I came in. It's just being that fast, and all it does is take luck.
Well, the guy did tear up stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I drove by the car. He did tear some stuff up.
But what's sad is he cost 5 race cars tonight.
Yeah.
5
Drive
race
that
cars
far.
for him being unexperienced and just
Impatient.
impatient,
yeah.
basically.
That's why I say there's no need for a class like that to where it's full of kids that their daddies are rich and want to get them in late models. They should have to start in Outlaw 4 and work their way up or something else.
Yeah.
Which, you know how much I love crate loaders.
There you go.
We have an unofficial Carl. 602 Carl.
Oh, 603.
No, 602.
Depends on how the night goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
602, Carl.
Yeah, it depends on how the night goes.
So you agree with, what would you put the age limit at? 18?
For what?
To get in the late model.
For like a full built motor, high horsepower.
No, great motor, same class, everything. What would you?
A 602 late model. I mean, for a 602, probably 16.
Like it was for sprint cars.
Right. At that point, you're at least old enough where most people are driving on the road already. They know how to handle a vehicle.
Yeah.
Not saying they can handle a late model, but they have some kind of experience. But I'm also okay with if there's a 12-year-old that's waxing their tail in the Outlaw 4 class week after week after week, and he's showing car control and that he can drive, give him a shot. Let him start in the back. Make him start in the back. Don't let him start third row or second row.
Yeah.
And let him go out there and pass cars. And if a 12-year-old can go out there and win from the back, then next week, get him a starting spot. But make him earn it.
Yeah.
Don't just let a 12-year-old with no experience start on the pole of a late model race. It don't make no sense.
I don't know. That's the day and time we're in.
That's what because if you want to make it to NASCAR, you got to be in an ARCA car by 14.
Listen, none of us are making it in NASCAR. I can tell that right now. Okay?
We don't have enough money for that.
We're going to be
So-
one of them old guys in 20, 30
Yeah,
years.
half of
Oh,
them
my
people,
back,
half of
my
the people
knee.
we race with, they're not going to make it. I'm sorry to tell them.
Well, and the bad thing is we live in a generation now where talent don't get you to NASCAR. Age and money gets you. If you're young with a ton of money, you can go to
And what's
NASCAR.
sad is that not toot our own damn horn last night, but we ain't got no money for like everybody else. And to be fourth fastest, I'll take it. I don't care.
You just passed right out of the box. I mean,
So I don't really care, We rape on 2-year-old tires.
I was gonna say on old tires.
But
Hey.
the sticker thing I agree with. So when you approach it,
either that or put a rule in place where if you do something stupid, get ready to get your butt whooped by a grown man.
Yeah.
Now, granted, for legal reasons, they're not going to do that. So the sticker idea is probably the way to go. But if you're old enough to strap in a race car, you're old enough to buy it.
that's the second time someone that's 12 years old wrecked me.
Well, and that's why I say, man, that's the thing with that class is it's for rich 12-year-olds. Is what it was created for.
But even if they still forward to that way, then.
Yeah. Late models in general, it's because, like I said, it's the kids trying to make their way to NASCAR. They get in late models and they go jump in an asphalt late model.
The thing you think starting in the front row you'd be all right, and it's like, it's
Especially there.
yeah, especially there.
You got wide.
I mean, dude, we're hitting 80, 85, and it happened quick.
That's the other thing is I've never understood starting out at Volusia. That's not a starter track.
I think when we go to big tracks like that, you should be able to
There should be
a license or something.
There should be more restrictions
Right.
on tracks like
They get more
Volusia
dangerous.
or New Smyrna.
Right.
I
agree.
A track like East Bay's perfect. It's the perfect size.
Henry County's fine.
Henry County.
I feel like Golden Isles is fine.
Even Ocala. I think Ocala's
fine. But
3/4 of Ocala is perfect for beginners.
Yeah.
3 and 4 is not perfect for
That was what I was
beginners.
gonna say. 3 or 4 is not.
I think we should send in the Bubba's first thing on the Volusia.
Technically 3 is okay. 4 is where
Yeah.
it gets you.
It's fun though.
It is a fun racetrack. Like I said, I look forward to the street slot that year.
Definitely.
Whenever we get the motor down. So it'll be next
I'm in
season.
the same boat.
It'll be next season. He'll be running for Rookie of the Year next year. Coming back.
When we gonna put him in a car?
Never.
Never.
He wrecks everything.
You don't want that.
How deep can he bury a 4-cylinder?
How deep was that late mall into that guy's ass in last night?
I don't
Almost
know.
deep in there.
His front bumper was on the left rear shock. Like, it was in
Because
there.
they come on the race receiver, hey, y'all might as well shut off. It'll be 5 minutes. I'm like, I ain't shutting my shit up, and we'll start back up.
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah.
2 tow trucks pulling it.
And I don't get it. We did 3 initial restarts.
Well, that one was somebody lost it on their own in front of the whole team.
Yeah.
Is what started that one. I think second place lost it.
What about people moving on the red? Did y'all see
Yeah,
that last
I didn't,
night?
I
we
didn't
saw
understand that at all.
We saw that.
I thought on red.
I
you're not
wasn't
supposed to
paying
move.
much attention. If
Aren't they
you're
supposed to get DQ'd?
if you're in
Like, you
in
move
the
on
red and you get pulled away from the red, absolutely drive around
Yeah.
and run the rest of the field.
Correct.
But if you're with the field and you're moving,
Because
why?
I agree. We fixed my car and I went to the back.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Right.
stopped.
Which I still don't think you should have got sent in the rear, but I get it.
Mhm.
It's a rule. It's a rule.
Right. But
But-
to be already stopped
Yeah.
and just to keep rolling whenever passing everybody,
Which I'm guessing you was gonna take your spot back before I said anything, right?
yes.
Yeah. That's
I already, well, they come on a race receiver and initial restart. Okay.
a full
That's
restart.
a full restart. Then they go, no, 53, if you don't go back, you're going to be kicked on the racetrack. I'm like, it's an initial restart. Oh, no, you went in the pits.
How do they know?
Okay, but it's initial restart.
Well,
I mean,
what,
you didn't
we didn't
cause
change
the
the-
wreck.
We didn't change the tire.
what were you supposed to do? Just let your tire go down?
No, when he got hit, when he got hit,
Yeah.
and he came in, and all we did was pull the body out.
Right.
Yeah. So we didn't change the tire, we didn't change the air pressure, we didn't change nothing.
Which shout out whoever that was that helped us pull your left rear out. I don't know who that was.
It was part of the kid that hit us.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, he must not have heard me because I wasn't saying very nice things. He come over and you asked me who wrecked, and I told you, and I went to the other side of the car, and he kind of like waved me over, and I'm like, uh-oh. And he's like, does he care about this door? I'm like, I don't know, you have to ask him. And we pulled it out.
I mean, once we got to the back, we went to fifth, and we hit the top side, and after we changed tires, and went to shit. What's sad is, I think 6 cars finished.
Yeah.
22 cars.
Yeah.
25 laps. It took 10 minutes to do an initial restart, the first start of the race. That's ridiculous.
That was.
And not to say it's track or drivers. I just rather go race in Georgia where we're there to race. We can run 3 wide. We can race. We cannot run over each other.
It comes down to experience, really.
Well, Volusia's a track is a high speed, one lane most of the time racetrack. It's a track you go to go fast. It's not a track you go to race very often.
Right.
Unless the track gets rough and you're Donnie Schatz, you just drive through potholes the size of a minivan to take the lead. It's only Donnie Schatz.
Because you're a badass.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, back to what you were saying though, you're on red. Yeah, okay, even if you just were pushing in your clutches, roll off the wall to come down.
yeah, but he
you're
passed
still,
like 5
you're still on
cars.
red. Like, you can't go from the back where you stop all the way up to the front. Now, okay, that might be where you started the race, but you're still on red.
Well, come
You're
find
not
out.
allowed to move.
Come find out he got DQ'd anyways. For being
Well,
light scales.
Well,
Yeah, the top 2 got DQ'd for being white.
But it's a rule that they should follow.
Some tracks is plate favorites.
Track favorites, baby.
That's so
my
much, dude.
favorite thing right there.
Well, I can tell you, I haven't had a very pleasant experience with helping you. Watching races has been fun. Helping you there has not been the best experience.
No. Then we just it's all about luck, dude. To me, racing now these days, it's about luck.
And that's kind of what he was getting at was with your heat race. The guys that finished up front wall in your heat race, you had a stacked heat race. And I can tell you, it seems like every time we have a big show, my heat race is Timmy Gay and Austin Sanders and Jeff Conyers and all the guys that I know are going to beat me. Like it's never the lighter heat race. It's always the heavy guys are all in one.
Every time. It's a stout heat race.
Granted, all the heat races are pretty stout.
You know how many times I've been in a heat race with Vernon Hart, Mark Moniz, Stephen Hobart.
Well, sometimes y'all only have one heat.
Yeah.
Your heat race is your feature race.
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
All this year, we've all had 2 heat races. We've had at least 10 cars, which has been good.
Right.
But I've always been in there with all the older guys that have been running the class. I'm like, damn, I can run about maybe 4th, 5th, but it's wet. I might be able to get to the bottom, stick a little better, But
Smack that tire out of the way for the feature time because they ain't gonna move it back.
no.
Basically, on the Volusia thing, I felt like we had a top 3 car, no matter what.
Yeah.
If we didn't win, we were finishing 2nd or 3rd, no matter what.
Definitely had a fast race car.
And me, if you notice, I'll lay back on the start just to let the race get going. Because once you got people in front of you,
well, especially situations like that,
you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But usually they're like, if you're starting up front, you're most of the time you're great.
Which the issue
But
is.
once that race gets going, it's going.
Yeah.
Until somebody's getting lapped, that's when the next accident.
Once we got going, we left the 5th. We passed race car.
Well, and the problem with starts is that's usually your best time to make passes, but it's also the most dangerous time. So it's like, what do you do? Do you wait or do you hammer down and try to get some spots?
I had to let off every restart going at the flag stand, let off because these guys are sideways, dude, almost down the front.
Drive it down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing really up top, but that doesn't make it to where you.
I found it. It's just way up there.
Where you should drive to the bottom to cause a wreck.
And my biggest thing is they know the groove. You go high, then you go low, you argue. These guys just want to just drop ball haul through the corner on the bottom and just slap the racetrack.
Hope something works.
But then you got anything else on last night?
Not really. I mean, overall it was fun hanging out with everybody, but it was going good until it wasn't. It was a great night up until the feature started.
And some guy next to us that was pissed off on you.
Yeah, that's our 602 Carl. Yeah.
You really pissed him off, dude.
Yeah.
All you do is say one thing, and you're just talking to us, and he got all riled up.
Talking shit about crate motors.
And the best part was he went, little, big, medium car, whichever you are, get over here.
I'm like, little, I don't talk shit. What are you talking about?
Look, it's like I said, crate motors don't belong in late models. Late models should be the most high horsepower, badass race cars on the property. And right now they're not. They should have at least the same amount of horsepower as a mod car, in my opinion.
Right.
Sprint cars the same way. They're the top 3 classes for a reason because they're hard to handle. And right now it's economy racing, which I get, but if you want to go economy racing, that's what the Thunder Stocks and the Outlaw 4s are for. The lower divisions are for spending less money, but everybody wants to be a badass in a late model.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, love.
So that's just my personal opinion is late models are supposed to be late models, high horsepower, badass race cars, and they're just not right now. And some people disagree with that opinion, which is fine. We all have our own opinions, but that's mine. And
Street stocks.
Well, in the street stocks, it makes sense. You have the option. You can run a 602 and run lighter, have more spoiler, or you can go with a bigger motor.
Well, your dad would say crate motors are for gay classes. Y'all get your asses beat most of the time by crate motors.
Who?
Are you Al now?
Who? We have this discussion every week. The only crate motor that runs with us is Liberty.
Pratt. Pratt has a crate
But he's
motor.
not there every week.
It doesn't matter. He beats you.
I have
Every
raced
week he's there.
Every week he's there, he beats you.
the 1 week that I raced, which I also had a crate motor in the car.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Don't be blaming on the crate.
No, that was a combination of not having the setup under the car, not having the front end set.
Heavy as hell.
He didn't have it set up for all that horsepower yet.
I mean, I was being a nice guy and giving him the damn motor. They was talk shit on the show about the damn crate motor.
And then didn't he pull the motor out and say, "Man, I wish I was racing"? You didn't tell me.
I didn't tell him to pull it out. He
Yes,
just
you
raced
did.
it.
You said, "When are you give me my motor back?"
He should put it back in.
And I said,
We didn't know you wanted to race.
Here it is. Come get it.
Well, I didn't expect your motor to blow right up.
He didn't either.
See, if you buy a crate motor, bitch still be running. All you have to do is change
like I
out
said,
springs.
First street stocks when you have the option to run. I can't see.
What do you say?
Is it not on there?
Oh,
Crate is just as good as a built motor in straight stocks.
Street stocks is what you. That's what I'm saying. It's fair in the street stocks because you have your different weights, different spoiler. That's fine.
put it this way. Street stock last night. My crate motor would have won last night. At Volusia last night, crate motor would have won.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to Volusia with a crate there.
Because that built motor would have done burned that right rear down halfway through that race.
Maybe so. Look, like I said, in street stocks, that's fine. That's where crate motors should be, not in late models. But that's just my opinion.
I don't even like this guy anymore. So much hate going out of his mouth.
I'm just saying in the late model, it's fine in the street stocks. It's an option. It makes sense.
I'm gonna beat his ass after the show.
He's got a motor and
I don't know. He's been
four-wheel,
warmed
I'll
up
drive
since
it.
last night. You don't know.
He's still mad about that kid hitting us. Dude, what sucks is this what sucks as a driver. I get hit, I'm like, damn it. Okay, I hope front end's okay. So I come in, you're like, oh, no, everything's good. Okay, great. Go back out, I'm like, shit, we're passing cars. Okay, we're going forward. Then the left rear goes down, I'm like, damn it. Then I come in, and y'all are still breathing heavy. I'm like, oh, gotta work these guys again. It sucked last night, Jess. Fucking how hard we worked.
It's way too hot. This week.
It was hot.
This whole week
We
has been.
should have skipped the whole summer.
Well, what's crazy is like last week was not as hot as this week. For some reason, this week has been unexplainably hot.
Miami was even hotter. Oh my boy. It was hot down there.
So, I agree. Let's recap on this bullshit real quick. Got me all messed up. Sticker, agree.
Yeah.
Agree? Okay, agree. So someone will get their ass beat, you just go after their dad, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Why? Now, I have to have a car, drove down to the pits and go, oh shit.
Turn around.
I can't beat his ass.
Oh,
But like,
man.
I was gonna go say something. Because, I mean, how are you entering a turn? And
Here's
still
the
going
thing.
straight?
I
But I went by the car and there was just two guys working on it and I didn't see nobody in the suit. And they were messing with the drive shaft, so I was like, I'm not.
I was gonna say something
I'm not
as we
even
drove by,
gonna,
but
you
then
know.
Zach was being a good Samaritan, see someone broke, and we stopped and helped him. His car was stuck in gear and the shift lever broke off.
You had every chance because he was right on the other side of your shoulder.
Well, yeah, but then he had time to come over to us.
No, he wasn't.
And it was just
I was
me.
warned.
You could have just
don't
drove
get
off
into
with a
any
4-wheeler.
shit.
I don't
If
understand.
someone wrecked Brandon, so I didn't get into any shit. I was good.
Well,
A 602 crate late model should be a kid's class, okay? But all of us can't afford a super late model.
then don't go late model racing.
Why
Go
would we-
street stock racing.
Why would I go street stock racing?
Because you can't afford a late model.
I don't like to watch.
It's not that fucking hard to understand.
How can I not afford a late model because I can't afford a fucking $50,000 motor?
Then you can't afford a late model. I'm sorry.
But these motherfuckers want to drive a late model. This motherfucker wants to
I
drive
can't afford to
modified.
watch paint dry. Okay.
I can't, dude. You know how slow they go? My
Slow.
crate letter does faster lap times than them and weighs the same
This
damn weight.
paint dried faster than it would go around East Bay.
How much your street stock weigh?
3,000 pounds.
Yeah, I can't pick that up to do anything. Come on now.
What are you gonna do with that?
Struggle if you got a flat.
Fuck.
That's what a jack is for.
Like last night, if we couldn't pick up the back of his car, the jack wasn't getting under that
All the
thing.
shit he's talking, but he still shows up and helps.
That's all that matters.
Would you rather me not show up and help?
No, we need the help. I mean, we don't really need the help, but we could use the help.
Somebody's got to say air pressure.
2,800 for a crate motor.
Yeah, 2,800 for crate, 3,000 for a built frame.
It's even less for a crate motor.
And here's the thing. You got more money in your street stock than I have in my late model.
But I can take my street stock all over the south and race competitively.
Bullshit. I can't. I can run crate rules and go anywhere.
But are you going to be a top 3 car?
Yeah. What you talking about? We fucking ain't racing 8 months and ran 4th.
You want to talk about that field?
I
That
know.
amazing field that you was racing in last
Oh.
night?
Oh, I seen the street stock squad. You are pretty bad.
They wasn't there.
Okay. That's why a lot of guys don't even go to fucking East Bay. Because it's a wreck fest.
How many races have we been to that have gone green to checkered in East Bay in the street stuff? Most of them.
Because you have 5 cars.
I wish we had 5 cars. I would have finished 5th.
So, I mean, fuck.
You didn't even say nothing.
It's not that hard. If you can't afford a late model, you can't afford a late model. Don't put a baby engine in it and call it a late
Dude,
model.
we are fucking kicking this guy off the show.
Well, 2 missing calls.
Just like a crate guy, get your feelings hurt.
Oh, God.
Hold on, read something.
You're going to hear about this next weekend.
What?
So you can't hit the kid. Do you feel that the driver, like, do you think that the person who got hit should at least go, at the end of the race, go to that driver and be like, this is what you did wrong. And, like, you caused all those wrecks.
So
yes.
before this even freaking happened, right? I was sitting up there watching heat races.
Mm-hmm.
One person came up to me, I'm not gonna call him out, said, man, how did that driver even win that heat race when the whole time he looked like a squirrel?
But I get what she's saying, absolutely. And the problem is the dads will get too offended if you try to correct their kids. But
Right.
absolutely, and like I said, this happened to me when I was driving the heavy Chevy. Livernois come up and told me what I was doing wrong, which is perfectly fine. Me and him are good friends now. That's how people fix their mistakes, is being taught. Is being told what they do wrong. Stop hitting tractor tires, please.
He's still gonna hit them.
But-
I mean, I think that you should, but nowadays, if you get out of your race car and we go get on the 4-wheeler and we're gonna go down here and we're gonna talk to this kid,
They want to fight.
they automatically think that we're coming down there to fight because they hit us or we hit them
Well, the
or
problem
however
is-
the deal is.
Brandon
We're just here to talk, but they start yelling and
Here's the problem.
Brandon
causing
can't
issues.
approach somebody looking friendly. That's the problem.
No, but I mean, even
Well, here's the thing. Everybody knows me. That was your warning. Okay? That That was your warning.
Let them know.
Well, yeah.
Already.
Look at the camera and let them know.
That was your warning. But anybody that knows me, you get one shot. That's it.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
next
at
time,
East Bay, you can't even walk down to somebody else's pit
No.
without them hooting and hollering. You guys are start yelling. The cops show up.
that's the problem with racing.
And you're just trying to say, hey, man, like, next time, this is what you should do. That's all your issue was. You were just going down there to talk, but they think you're ready to fight.
Right. Well, like I said, that's where problems get fixed is two drivers discussing what happened, what the younger driver did wrong, how he can fix it and be better going forward.
Mhm.
And we don't have those talks anymore these days.
I mean, I ain't gonna, don't get me wrong. I've screwed up a lot in Outlaw 4. I've had Mark, Vernon, Billy. I had them all come talk to me. Hey, look, you know, next
Fuck,
time.
I wanted to beat his ass one night. I don't even know where I was mad.
Yeah. I remember him. Wesley come down there. I'm like, what the
I don't even know why I was
do?
pissed.
I was like, what the fuck
Billy
did
said
you
he'd
do?
have to
And
wait
they're
a
looking at me, what the fuck? I was
Yeah,
like,
what?
last
You have to
lap
wait a
we
week.
hit a rut.
Yeah, that's the thing is, once you're so, you can't go in the initial moment. Because the initial moment, you're like, okay, this car's back on the racetrack, it's done, it's over with. You know? And that's the hard part about getting out of the car. That's why you gotta walk away. Just walk away, take a breath. So at the end of the night, it's not worth the time. It's not worth going to jail for.
Well, that's it. If you could have just a one-on-one conversation, it's absolutely worth it because it'll make, as long as that person listens, it'll make them a better driver. But the issue is normally if you try to go down there and have a conversation, well now the dad and two crew guys are wanting to get in between you. And then on top of that, the kid probably won't listen to you anyways.
Which later that night, he actually came to the pit and we talked. And he didn't even know I was still a minor then when I was racing too. But he came and talked to me like, look, I'm not mad at you, but you know, like there's just some things you got to pick up and you got to know when to make your move or when to wait or do what you got to do, you know. And we sat there and talked for 30 minutes, you know. And someone told me, I'm doing something, and someone's like, hey, Brandon's over here to talk to you. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I've never talked to Brandon like that. Like, why is he over here to talk to me? Like, and we just talked. He told me what I did wrong, and I understood because
You're like,
I was a squirrel.
Who? Yeah, the badass. Drives lane
that cheater in the 53. Oh, yeah, him.
The one that passed me in the 22 with no bumper when he was down the lap still? No.
I needed like 3 more laps, and Vernon would have got that asshole a lap down and everything.
I was going to say, what good lap down though?
Yeah.
No bumper, fenders flying like they're in the air, like a bird. All right, anything on last night? Anything besides?
I just got some work to do.
You added a lot of dents to everything, the trailer included.
Dude, what sucks is it was such a nice race car and it's got destroyed. That's what sucks is taking an expensive ass race car and getting it tore up. But that can happen anywhere.
Yeah, but guess what? It's tore up now. So go put the door to their ass and go buy some races.
Well, once that happened, I'm like, well, fuck this. I'm in the top and we're going to eat, son.
But somehow you only got the doors. The quarters are fine.
I know.
Like,
I didn't get spoiled this time or nothing.
Yeah. Only the doors. What do them doors do to you?
I don't know, bro.
Door thing.
What if front tires could talk to Thomas? They would say, stop hitting me. It's what exactly what they would say. He would catch a charge.
That's why I miss back. They used to have that berm that the track car sat
Yeah.
on top of.
Right.
So you didn't
You
hit
hit the
him.
berm
You would
before.
nudge them,
And
but
then-
you'd bounce off the berm before hitting the
They
tire.
shoot you high, yeah.
And on a driver experience too, though, once a racetrack gets a certain degree of no fucking grip, 1 lane racetrack,
Slick the
everybody forgets how to drive. Because all they know is hammer down and turn left.
Mm-hmm.
Once a racetrack gets that bad, you gotta drive the car.
Yeah.
You just can't go in there and sling it in there.
That's what you got traction control for. That drive.
I mean, some people might have that. They were getting beat by that. I don't know. Could be. But I don't have $10,000. And that beats the point of throttle control, too.
Yeah. Like I said, throttle control is a big thing that a lot of people need to learn. Make a lot of people faster. People would rather go out and.
And when I heard last night someone went to protest and a track wouldn't let them do it. Well, it says in the rule book there's protest.
Well, there's, you have to finish, I think, within the top 5 usually protest. Which I agree with the guy in 35th will need to come up and say, hey, I want to claim this motor.
Yeah.
But, and you also can't protest backwards. I've seen someone try to do that before.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, you finished in front of them. Like, really.
That makes no sense.
At all. That'd be some neat shit, though. I want that motor.
That guy behind me's cheating.
I want this spare.
I know because I'm cheating.
So, basically, I have to get the car back together, and we'll try again this Saturday and see what the hell goes on, and hopefully put some new shoes on it, because that's what really hurt us last time. Them old shoes not coming in until I didn't even have 5 laps. Once we got in the bag, I had 5 laps, and the things opened up and started gripping. So, new shoes will definitely help.
Well, how bad is the car other than body?
Ego.
Still got plenty of that way.
Door bar.
No,
And even hurt the door bar, hurt the trees.
Yeah, the trees. We just need.
I think we're just going to weld that son bitch up and go back to war.
Because if you can focus less on the car itself and just focus on, getting new tires, getting them mounted up, staggered up, and all that, it'd be a lot easier to go back out there next week. But it's hard to do them 1 week turnarounds.
Well, and the thing is, any class 2 though,
Tires can do that.
once the race gets going, it really shows. Okay, here's your top 5 guys. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, to me right now, the bomber class at East Bay is the best class I've ever seen last year, racing wise.
They just hold a lot of grudges.
And they're all Thompson's cousins.
They're all family and they all hold grudges.
That's Thompson's all. That's his whole family.
Oh, man.
No offense.
Yeah, no offense, dog. I'm sorry. No offense, dog. Sorry, Derek. But I'm surprised we only get hit once by one car though.
Hey, what?
We only get hit by one car last night.
Yeah.
Dude, it was right as me and Ronnie sitting there watching them pile up and go by, and he's like, all right, nobody hit him. Oh, never mind.
Dude, I saw that guy coming, I just closed my eyes, and I was like, this is gonna freaking hurt.
I'm standing over there next to Zach, and I'm recording. I'm like, all right, first lap. I was like, people are going to be driving hard. And then as soon as I see you spin, I just stop recording. I'm like, shit, someone's going to hit him. I ran down the stairs. I'm still down there, and you ain't get hit yet. And then they're all shooting high, and then there's that one car.
Dude, his camera was locked on you last night, man.
I'm good at what I do, dog.
Maybe he needs to quit racing, just be a camera guy. He might make some money. So, biggest thing is, I want to say this, we stay away from certain places because of payout, too. Like on the way there, you were mentioning some places, you can get paid this and that. Like it's almost $500 difference. You just drive 45 more minutes down the road.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, I'm not there for a payout. I mean, yes, it would be nice to have more money at the end of the night, and as expensive as things are, I understand a lot of people can't spend the money to only get $25 back or whatever.
But here's my point. If you know it takes $300 to fill your RV, right? The trailer, right? Okay? No matter where you go, you gotta fill that son of a bitch up. Yeah. So why not go to Georgia, to a better racetrack, better racing?
Because now you're talking about filling the RV twice instead of once.
What if you win? Take the gamble. I mean, you race to be broke, right?
I race to have fun.
I mean, our reality, we race and we're broke.
I get what you're saying. Like, if you could drive.
No matter what, you're still spending.
The one racetrack is paying $500 to win, but this racetrack is.
If you go to East Bay, no matter what, 30. You're still
top 5.
You're only spending another $200. Why not go take the chance and venture to a different racetrack?
Well, like I said, it is in our plans to go up and hit Golden Isles or Mountain View Speedway and, venture a little more into the South. It's the way the year's been going, plans got moved back a little bit.
He might as well go to a bomber class.
He wants to be pro, bro.
I don't know what year you consider my rookie year, because I ran 1 year, I ran 6 races. Other year I ran 3, and then I had my first full season, which was last season.
And he took his whole season off, so he's gonna start up next year after Nationals, be Rookie of the Year.
Dave, you know who's gonna beat his ass next time?
Thomas.
No, Stephen Hoball.
Oh,
Missing
shit.
call. Hey, he's watching. I seen him on
He's
there.
watching?
Yeah, he's watching.
He gets by Stephen Hoball. He's got to let Thomas in a baseball.
Yep.
Whoa.
God dang. I don't know about that one.
Watch out, tractor tires.
Asshole.
Watch out for the
Wait till I
tires.
get a big car.
We need a fire
Son.
suppressive system on it.
This
I'm
dude with
ready.
any more motor, dude, he might end up.
He's gonna wreck his whole
Dude, Ronnie said when he gets his new motor in, he's gonna pop the clutch and spin it out and starts.
If he does that,
Dude, I'm gonna die. I'm going home. We gotta go home. I'm not helping you that night. I'm going to the house. That will never happen.
what will never happen?
What will never happen?
The Jolene family?
Kissing cousins?
Whoa.
What's going on here?
He just comes out of nowhere.
Derek said that would never happen.
So All Tech Ford paid $300 for a street stock. The last time I ran there, that's more than the winner at East Bay. Listen, I know. Listen,
Yeah,
I feel like your idea is kind of fudged up. Okay, here's my thing. I'd rather spend the money, travel, have my people, and enjoy. And enjoy racing, bro. Because, dude, you go anywhere else that's not in Florida, it's good racing.
But here's the thing, I have fun racing at East Bay, but the class I'm in, we're all get along, we all race hard, we race.
But my
close
thing is,
racing.
you race the same people over and over and over.
That's
Dude,
fine.
anytime y'all show up, all right, Josh 5th, Tim Gay 1st, Pratt 2nd. Same results.
No, it's at the point now where it's
One
Jim
hit-
Gay,
one
it's
hit wonder.
Jeff Conyers.
One hit wonder. That's you. One hit
And
wonder.
you're no hit wonder in a street stock, so congrats.
Dude, I'll whoop your ass.
You wouldn't know what to do with a built motor.
What?
Billy. Yeah.
Who has more left for a bike, Big Steven or Josh?
Big Steven.
Big Steven, boy.
I've seen the numbers, Big Steven.
That boy can't get 200 out of that car.
Oh.
When that thing bites, it bites.
For sure.
Yeah, I never had to add lead to a vehicle to not be underweight. But, woo.
It is a damn near naked. No weight.
No. All right. Well, we're coming up on 5 minutes.
5-minute warning.
What?
5-minute warning.
5-minute warning. Want to go through some cobs?
Huh.
Yeah,
There's plenty.
we've got 2 cobs. We've got the on-track cob and the off-track cob. Both involving Brandon, so
Well, the first cob was on Friday.
Friday.
We took the car to a sponsor, showed it off, car wouldn't start. And my dad's great idea was, oh, let's push it. And I literally told him, and I told everybody, I said, listen, when this thing fires and I slam it high, it's going.
Yeah.
Well, it fires off. I look back, my dad's on the ground. The only person on the ground. Then he gets up, his shoulders leaning, his teeth are like all messed up, his nose is fudged up, his lips is bleeding. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you've been racing for 30 damn years.
Yeah, my dad had a similar story to that where they had to push start one of the guys he was helping, but they had the whole crew pushing the car. And there was one new guy. They said, "When do not grab the spoiler. Open hand push this car." That kid grabbed the crap out of that spoiler. That thing fired off. He was flying like Superman. And he let go. And he started rolling. The whole crew was still running. They tripped over him.
So,
Yeah.
Ronnie goes, I'm just glad you didn't knock the quarter panel off before it changed. I'll do it this weekend.
Save the quarter panels.
I mean, never mind.
Never
Oh, heck, I heard he messed his shoulder up. Yeah, man, he broke that sucker.
Yeah, I called Brandon before work on Friday, like, "Hey, man, I'm good to go with you this weekend." "Yeah, I don't know if we're going to make it now." I'm like,
He calls me. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm on my way back from Miami. I'll be home in like 2-3 hours." He was like, "Well, call me ASAP." I was like, "Why?" Dad broke his shoulder. I need you. Fuck. Okay.
That was all hands on deck. Then he comes and tries to do stuff. Then I hit him, and he's like, "Ow!" I'm like, "The fuck out of the way! You can't do nothing with one arm anyway."
Yeah. I get there, everyone's there. Pops is standing there, and he's walking around the car like he's trying to do something. I'm like, "What are you doing? We're all here. Move."
Just just sit down, big guy, okay?
You're supervising this weekend.
Are we shouting out the other crowd, or we're trying to leave it at that?
Oh,
Should we just respect it and leave it like that, or?
I mean, I think he deserves to know he's a Cobb.
Okay.
But I don't remember his name right now.
Caleb Ansicle.
This man's on it.
I didn't
He's
know.
got notes this week. Where's
This
his
man's
notes at?
got notes.
He's got notes, man. He came prepared this week.
I'm on my racing measurement.
When did this notebook show up?
Dude,
He was on his phone earlier. Looking at pictures of his notes, and I was like, okay, maybe he forgot the book. Now,
man.
hold on.
He's got the
I've
copy.
had it here all day.
He's got the digital copy and the original source right there.
So, all right, let's go with what we're doing this week, and we'll close this thing out.
Well, this week we're working on the car.
Oh, this week, we got him already.
I don't know what these two yahoos are doing.
I'm working.
He's not going to show up. As
This
usual.
guy's gonna be pushing a broom.
As usual. Well, I thought you said
I thought he was going to be a Cobb for a minute, but he saved
I
himself.
thought you had to get Barstow a car already.
Oh yeah, he does.
Well, he decided not to go racing.
Barstow, why you not going no more?
What the hell?
But we did work on it today, got the motor truck in place, ready to put it together. Which really all it needs is he's gonna bring a gear over, he's gonna bring shocks over.
Figure out how I was gonna do it.
Wow.
I don't see
It was involving some group chats where there was a message in one group chat that you didn't see. And
You
then-
said to start something because it was late at night.
No.
No.
Gee, he'll figure it
Dude,
out later.
it's enough to piss you off. Go ding 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 ding. 3 phones go off. Like what the fuck, dude?
Well, yeah, then you're over here like eggplant.
Dude, I like how when I open it up, it's just eggplant automatically. I'm like,
Yeah.
great, it's already there. All right, I'm looking for it.
And then I'm sitting here scrolling. When the fuck am I gonna see messages?
So, yeah, great weekend. Well, okay weekend.
Learning weekend.
Learning weekend. Let's thanks to sponsor. We'll close it out.
Yeah, well, I got my usual guys: the Tampa Test Kitchen, Barstow Motorsports, LaRoche Towing, Costa Roofing, Fatback Racing Engine, Boyd Fabrication. Big help on the car. Are you counting them?
Yeah, you got a lot.
Thomas goes, okay, I got one.
Oh, I got two.
That was where I was leaving when I called you. Was Tampa Test Kitchen. I went and grabbed some honey butter crispy chicken sandwich.
Badass.
I went there this morning for brunch. That shit's good, bro. He had this, it was called his big ass breakfast wrap or some shit, and it had brisket, egg, cheese.
I gotta try this guy. I haven't.
No, he's good. She had some churro
You
French
think
toast.
they were coming over today? You think that they would, hey y'all want?
It's from 11 to 2.
No. Why would they do that?
Brandy can't get up there.
All right, thank you, sponsor, folks. Hang on, come on.
Alright, I gotta thank Medestic Fabrication and Yates Motorsports.
All right, Zach.
Most
Who's your sponsor?
Yates Motorsports.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So we've got the hammer out on the starter, Big John. Dude, there was nothing helping that starter. I gotta thank all these boys for showing up and working on the race car. I gotta thank our RTP America.
Well, your badass for Thomas is this week.
Thomas is working nights. He will not show up. Who knows? He might quit his job and move to China. Who freaking knows? Anymore.
Works nice, but send us a picture during the daytime.
He might just disappear like certain people and just, never show up again. But RTP America, we gotta thank Candace Keeley. We gotta thank All Gas Pros. We gotta thank Hendra. We gotta thank what? You gotta thank who? Who?
Megan.
Oh, Megan for the Freshies. Hit us up.
But she is making us more.
Oh, she is making us more.
Yeah. We're gonna have
Different-
some big ones.
Different
styles.
Yeah.
One of the volcano.
I tell
That
you what
stuff's
though,
not good.
then like leaving them in the heat.
Oh,
You open that door, you get in, it's like damn.
It was gonna be like Zach if I
That
put a dash.
one hand.
Don't put
It
it on
melted.
your deck. Yeah, it melts.
Oh,
It
yeah.
says
But,
it in the instructions.
Alright, shut up.
Not to put on.
But without these sponsors, man, we couldn't do what we love, and I'm glad we've had a lot of views more comments, show car content,
Yeah, we're moving up.
She's already got them made.
So, if y'all need anything, stickers, let us know. See you next week.